And that's where I feel that I have won the battle, but not the war. And I think I need more people who can think alike, more people who can drive this forward, because the challenge today is we get scared of the almighty cardiologist. I say he is mortal, like we are. It's only he is scared of us, and that scare and that fear which we have instilled because we have the mouse, you know, the mouse which is there with the computer, which a cardiologist doesn't know how to use. He just looks at the groin and he is good at puncturing the groin because he wants to go straight to the heart, whereas we can go to the heart with the mouse. So as long as I have the mouse with me, the cardiologist is scared, and I know the skills of how to use the mouse. So I would like to say to all my young colleague, make friends with every clinician and behave like a clinician. Don't be feeling that, oh, I'm a radiologist, I am a paraclinical guy, I am supposed to just do this referral based imaging and keep my mouth shut. Sorry, open your mind. You know, you need to attain nirvana the day you walk out of your medical school, and then later on me and Ram are always there.
Yeah, because we want to be like Deepak Chopra's and do our side business. And regarding the philosophy of this interaction is concerned, the moment you think, the moment a clinician calls you, a subspecialist calls you for an opinion, the day your day is made. Because he knows all the other dimensions and facets of a particular disease, an organ, and then he wants to know, because he knows that you have the technical superiority, and you are a hands-on guy on that area, and then you will answer exactly his questions. Because the most important thing what we have to answer is questions. Right? If you answer his questions, the clinician is extremely happy. And he loves you, and he puts you onto the automatic, he puts you onto the 30,000 feet. That's very important, and Dr. Nani has achieved that feat very well, because his talks in a lot of cardiology sessions, very arrogant cardiology sessions, where he sounds very non-arrogant to start with, but he makes his point very successfully.
Great.
Right? He used the word imagination at work. I also says that sense and simplicity is equally important.
Wow. Tush.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Dr. Nani, what would you like to say the young radiologist?
Young radiologist, I would say the young radiologist should accept the challenge head on. Not to look at the peers, what they're doing, but to do what they wish they want to do. Not to go by textbook, believe me.
To follow their heart.
I'm sure there is, to follow their heart with no agenda, and don't carry baggage. I keep telling this to the young radiologists. Sir, I will not do emergency. Sir, I will not do a sonography. Sir, I will do only cross-sectional. Sir, I want to do head neck. Sir, I want to do intervention. I think you need to excel in every field of imaging first. And then maybe once you have reasonable experience, then you take on what you love the most. I think that's important. I think I am lucky. I am in an era where I have people like Ram to look up to. And Ram came from an era where I don't know whether you had anybody really look up to from radiology.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Dr. Professor Subrao, who is the, I can call him as the Dronacharya of radiology.
All right.
We all had a lot of stimulation from him to look up to and to idolize and everything. He used to say that you have to two stages of learning. First, learn how to speak. Second, learn how to speak sense. So I think for younger radiologists also it works that first they should, I use a different algorithm because I'm a hands-on guy. I say abuse first, then use first.
Abuse first.
Abuse means you should be thorough and hands-on, a particular image, how it gets manipulated, how you can play with it, how you can toy with it, toy with the gadget, and various parameters which affect that image.
He's talking exactly like how a teenage man grows up. First he abuses himself and then he learns to use it. So I would say that's the way it's a man thinking brain. But I think if you abuse a modality or a subspecialty, you learn by mistakes.
True.
And don't repeat it. Unfortunately, what happens is most of the young radiologists, they make mistakes and there's nobody to guide them. You're doing wrong and this is the way to do it right. They are just told you're doing it wrong and nobody tells them how to do it right. Because possibly the guy who's telling them has not made a mistake himself, and that's not a good teacher. A good teacher, like Ram says, is I have made mistakes and I want to continue to make mistakes, not at the cost of patient but at the cost of learning.
Knowledge is important, but wisdom is more important.
Absolutely.
A surgeon who makes his fingers dirty more often has more wisdom than a surgeon who doesn't, an outstanding surgeon, that is a surgeon who doesn't operate at all, stands outside the operation theatre. Right?
All right.
So it is very important that
You
guys
make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes.
and Jam with Ram also in future focuses on 3 categories. One is takes and mistakes. People who make mistakes in buying out, choosing out wrong choices of equipment and gadgets.
Absolutely.
Misses and hisses. What your eyes miss
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the landscape of the image.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, scratch your head, oh my God, I missed it.
Okay.
And you look at your own report and you develop a complex. Shit, 2 years back, so lousy. These are the things what we say, that looking into yourself and improve.
Yeah. Stages of evolution, I guess, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes. I think if you ask everybody that a youngster thinks that he wants to be perfect from the day one, which is not possible.
Yeah.
And also you estimate your teacher, thinking that teacher should be 100%, because there is nothing called 100%. Even God is controversial.
Yes, okay.
So anybody will be having the other facet where they will learn from their mistakes. I hope Jam with Ram will highlight in our future, me and Nani together and some of our close colleagues.
Yeah.
We will unveil some of these mistakes, some of this silent stuff.
I look forward to it. I think it should not be like the old English saying that Jam with Ram was just like wham bam, thank you Ram.
Yes.
Thanks for remembering during those first 2 words. Very important for me.
So, Dr. Nani, then thank you so much for taking time and spending.
My pleasure.
You've been fun, totally different perspective on being a radiologist. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best for the rest of the days.
Thank you very much.
I want to take another promise from him that we are going to talk to him tomorrow on radiology informatics and the so-called the mafia of image management.
Okay.
And he has a lot of very revolutionary thought
quite
processes.
threatening, actually, mafia.
No, actually.
Mafiosi.
Actually, believe me, one last parting shot.
Yes.
Ram and me, I feel, maybe we are not liked too much by our management or our colleagues, basically because every department in our hospital thinks radiologists are like mafias, they're gangsters. Because we control everything. That today, CT, MR, whatever has become, or ultrasound or X-ray has become the stethoscope. Nobody wants to touch the patient. They want to send them to people like me and Ram and radiologists and say, diagnose so that we can treat. And with new ways of treating coming up in imaging, I think it won't be far where we'll be doing everything. So that's why the mafia thing is basically directed at people like us who...
Yeah, the gangster, the gangbang and mafiosi, all these very beautiful
mafia,
words.
I know mafia is, I think, a patented word, so we can't use it.
Yes,
so I
usually
think
on the negative concept where you take lives. Here you're working on...
No, mafiosi doesn't take life. It organizes beautifully.
Yes, it organizes.
For a life to be manipulated.
It lets somebody else do the dirty job.
Yeah, right. So, it is not, mafia means the power, the control. Yeah. So people think, people label as a gangsters. So to live up to the expectations, Nani even learnt and mastered some of the Hindi galis and Marathi galis perfectly.
Like if you don't make the mistake of abuse, how will you understand somebody is abusing you? So you need first, when you go to a different country, like when I came to Hyderabad, I realized I had memorized 100 Telugu galis because I knew that I don't want to get abused by anybody on the road or the street, so that I would give it back to him, so that I am ready.
Okay.
So take me on, baby.
Absolutely. Once we went to Europe, we made a mistake of making in a passage a beautiful woman, and she said something beautiful in a very, very aromatic fashion, because her perfume also touched our nostrils. And we thought that, it was in the Viennese kind of French accent, or French with German accent and mixed with Austrian stuff. It's a cocktail. So we realized that she abused us. Because that was our immediate feeling that, and we thanked her profusely because it was a very new gali which we learnt. I can't reveal it in front of you guys, but
I don't think he remembers it also. He just remembers the perfume. He just remembers the perfume because he was at the right height to smell it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Pure.
All right.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.